Join the movement. Become a vegan animal rights activist. You owe it to yourself, to the world, and to all the animals.
All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Gary Yorofsky. Please take a moment and jot down my email address and my website in case you want to contact me later on. Today we're going to talk about the world's forgotten victims, animals, and the world's oldest and strongest addiction, meat.
Animals are not here for us to use and wear. They're not here for us to exploit, to kill and eat. Animals are here for their own purposes and for their own reasons. You know, as human beings, we can live fully healthy lifestyles on a vegan or plant-based diet. All the nutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, and all the proteins we need, we can get that from the plant kingdom.
Do we have to eat meat to get complete protein?
Oh my God. You want me to jump off this building, don't you? Well, first of all protein is made by plants. I'll state that again for the record. All protein is initially made by plants, all of it. And it is not necessary to eat animal tissue in order to get protein. Only plants have the ability to actually take nitrogen from the air, break those molecules apart, and incorporate that nitrogen into amino acids and then make protein.
I've been a chef working in different restaurants and kitchens for over 10 years. I've worked in meat-based restaurants, I've worked in vegetarian restaurants, and I've worked in a vegan restaurant. Working in a vegan restaurant was completely amazing. It was a wonderful form of animal rights activism because all the food was vegan.
Animals must be off the menu because tonight they are screaming in terror in the slaughterhouses, in crates and in cages. Vile, ignoble gulags of despair. You see, I heard the screams of my dying father as his body was ravaged by the cancer that killed him. And I realized I'd heard those screams before. In the slaughterhouse, their eyes stabbed out and their tendons slashed on the cattle ships to the Middle East, and the dying mother wail as a harpoon explodes in her brain as she calls out to her calf. Their cries were the cries of my father. And I discovered that when we suffer as equals. And in their capacity to suffer, a dog is a pig, is a bear, is a boy.
Now, you might not know what veganism is really all about, but I promise you, when you make the connection, when you come into full awareness of what veganism is really all about, you will also become vegan and become an animal rights activist.
Meat today is the new asbestos, more murderous than tobacco. CO2, methane and nitrous oxide from the livestock industry are killing our oceans with acidic, hypoxic dead zones. 90% of small fish are ground up into pellets to feed to livestock. Vegetarian cows today are the world's largest ocean predators. The oceans are dying in our time. By 2048, all our fisheries will be dead, the lungs and the arteries of the earth. Billions of bouncy little chicks are ground up alive simply because they are male. Only 100 billion people have ever lived. 7 billion people live today. And yet we torture and kill 2 billion sentient living beings every week. 10,000 entire species are wiped out every year because of the actions of one. And we're now facing the 6th mass extinction in cosmological history. If any other organism did this, a biologist would call them a virus. It is a crime against humanity of unimaginable proportions.